What happens when a dog stops trying? Not because they've learned what to do, but because they've learned that nothing they do matters. Today, we're talking about learned helplessness, a concept from psychology that has important implications for dog training, behavior modification, and welfare. It is Jose here from Try Me Please. Let's go. Learned helplessness occurs when an individual is repeatedly exposed to unpleasant or stressful situations that they cannot control. Over time, they stop attempting to change or escape the situation, even when escape later becomes possible. In other words, the animal learns that their behavior has no effect on outcomes. The concept was first identified in research where dogs were exposed to unavoidable aversive events. Later, when those same dogs were placed in situations where they could escape easily, many didn't even try. They had learned that their actions didn't matter, so they became passive. Psychologically, learned helplessness is characterized by three main changes. First, reduced motivation. The individual stops attempting solutions. Second, cognitive effects. Learning new responses becomes harder. And third, emotional changes, including withdrawal, stress, or apathy. In dogs, this can sometimes look like what people describe as a shut-down dog. The dog appears calm, quiet, and compliant, but underneath, the animal may actually be inhibited, stressed, or disengaged rather than relaxed. Stillness is not always comfort. Sometimes it's resignation. This distinction matters enormously in training. Dogs learn constantly about whether their behavior influences the world around them. When outcomes are predictable and controllable, dogs develop something psychologists call self-efficacy, the expectation that their actions lead to success. Success builds confidence. Confidence builds resilience. And resilient dogs are more willing to try, explore, and learn. But when experiences feel uncontrollable or inconsistent, the opposite can happen. If a dog repeatedly encounters situations where effort doesn't change the outcome, for example, unavoidable stress, overwhelming exposure, or unpredictable consequences, the dog may begin to disengage. Instead of problem solving, they conserve energy by giving up trying. Importantly, learned helplessness is not stubbornness, dominance, or laziness. It's a learning history. Research also shows that not every individual develops helplessness. Some animals may appear immunized against it because they previously learned that their actions do make a difference. Early experiences of control and success can protect against helplessness later in life. This gives us a powerful takeaway for dog training. Our goal shouldn't just be teaching behaviors. It should be teaching dogs that they have agency, that their choices matter. We can do this by setting dogs up to succeed frequently, introducing challenges gradually, and allowing them opportunities to make safe decisions. Training that produces regular success helps dogs approach new situations with optimism instead of avoidance. Giving dogs appropriate control, like the ability to opt out, move away, or influence outcomes through behavior, builds resilience and emotional stability. And this is where modern reward-based training aligns strongly with behavioral science. When dogs learn that offering behaviors leads to predictable, positive outcomes, they become active learners rather than passive participants. The opposite of learned helplessness isn't disobedience, it's engagement. A dog who experiments, offers behaviors, and keeps trying is showing us something incredibly important. They believe their actions matter. So, when evaluating behavior, we shouldn't just ask, is the dog compliant? We should ask, is the dog empowered to learn? Because the healthiest learning environment is one where the learner feels safe, capable, and in control of their ability to influence the world around them. Could you please click the like button below so that other learners can find this content? Cute photo as a thanks. Leave me a comment below with the keyword agency. That will let me know that you watched the video to the end. Full course about behavior modification principles linked in the description below. Obrigado e até breve. Tchau!